fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jace, Mike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hodaki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
G'day, fellas.
Hello.
G'day, Mogey.
G'day, fellas. Woo, woo, woo. It's old Mogey. It's old Mogey back.
Saw as soon as you came in,
Old Mogey is back.
you grabbed a
Here he is.
massive fistful of chips, I noticed, as soon as you walked in the door.
Yeah, well, you won't get sick because you took 2 fistfuls before me, you fat fuck. Old Mogey's back.
I had
Wow.
I had 2 chips
Sure you did.
Sure you did, Jace.
as opposed to the Mogey fistful.
It was
What a day it's been, eh, fellas?
We've been together for a long time.
How are you doing, Keezy? Because you were in a her of a mood this morning.
Was I?
Oh, my God.
That is not true.
Old Sleepy Joe Keezy, they call him.
Sleepy Joe. I was, because I got out of bed at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I woke up at 3:30.
So do you want to hear a cool story, Jace?
Well, I was right in the middle of a thrilling story.
Yeah, I know, but I was on the way out to the old airport this morning in the Uber.
Uber's like a taxi, Jace.
It's like a
okay.
taxi, but it's like Uber, which is like, is that better
German?
or great or something? And actually, the Uber driver picked me up. He was already waiting because I pre-booked it, you know. I have him waiting outside. You can't do that at your place, Jace, because
No,
they
I
don't trust
can't.
you.
Weirdly.
You can't find the button or they don't do it. It's one of those two things.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not at my end.
Yeah. But when I came out, so we're at number 4 of our road. Okay, so that's a cool
So
story.
that's the fourth one along.
What?
Number 4 on your road. You're the
Well,
fourth
it's
one
actually
along.
no, it's the second one along because it's you have odds on one side and evens on the
So
other.
you're
So
the
we're the
second
second
one
one
along.
along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, just clarify.
So very close to the end of the road. But when I came out, the guy had been out there. He was there early, but I came out and he was he hadn't turned around to go the opposite way.
Right.
So I jumped in the cab and then he, instead of just turning around, he just started driving the opposite direction to where we needed to be going.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, he's looking for a driveway. But we drove past about 15 driveways. And that was just on one side.
I was gonna say,
if
so 30?
If I take into account the other side, that's 30 driveways. I said, where are we off to, man? And he's like, what? I said, where are we off to? And he goes, oh. And then he turned around.
Where was he going?
That was fucking annoying. Anyway, so that was an annoying start. But then I'm listening to my podcast, which was actually of your show, Jace.
Yes.
The Big Show, and you, Keezy. You're on
wow.
there. But at the end of it, Keezy's talking about when he's going to get picked up by his Uber. And he's like, oh, I'm going to get picked up at 6 o'clock. And you're like, that is early. Jace, you say that.
Yes.
That early.
That early, Keezy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Keezy's like, well, it's an 8 o'clock flight, so... get there at 6:30 and have a little bit of a feed and that and play around on my phone and stuff. And do
Yeah.
a big steamer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I was thinking to myself, hang on a minute, I thought the flight was 8:30, so I double checked because I thought, shit, I'm going to be late, but I wasn't. And you got there a bit early, Keezy.
Yeah, so I got there 2.5 hours early. And then my flight was delayed by 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then eventually cancelled. Is that right?
Yes, it was eventually cancelled. So it was fortunate that we didn't hang on and it was called before it was cancelled.
Because we were in the because we're not even supposed to be here today. We're supposed to be in Nelson filming this thing for Beer and
Yeah.
Pie July, and 8:30 was the flight. It was pushed back to about 5 times, eventually to 10:30, and then we had to make the call as to whether we stayed, got on that flight, and then flew home later. But we at the last minute, I think one of the seats we were going to jump on was taken.
Yeah, because we're going there and back in the same day,
That's
weren't
right,
we?
yeah.
So a bit, it's getting a bit cramped, Jace.
Yeah.
And the thing that made it really tough was Jace didn't bring his book.
Oh my! Or his phone charger.
But the good thing about it, he never mentioned it. Well, he mentioned it once.
Yeah, and then you two just crapped
Did
on
we?
about it forever. Just on Uber drivers, you weren't here when I was talking about this, Mogey, when I arrived
This
today.
is that race-based stuff.
Yeah, it was.
My Uber driver, oh my God, it did my head in, had a snoz full of snot. And
Sort of like Mogey.
and he kept sniffing
Oh, yeah.
every 3 seconds. And
Yeah.
that's not an exaggeration. So it would be like,
That's really good. You do a
That's
good impression of a
disgusting.
block nose.
all the way from when he picked me up into the airport. And by the end of it, I was was doing my head in.
That would drive me up the wall.
I was going. To be honest, it was doing my head in after like 2 minutes. I
Yeah.
was like, "Fucking just blow your nose, dude," or something.
Well,
but he
yeah.
was also every minute sort of having a massive throaty, phlegmy hack, and I was like, "God, I hate my life at the moment."
Were you feeling woozy after
I
that?
was feeling a bit woozy.
Headphones are good in that situation because then you don't know.
Yeah,
Because
well,
you don't bring your skull candies.
Yeah,
man.
well, I'm going to from now on.
You should.
Because the amount of shit you guys spouted when I got there.
Oh my
Christ.
God, we barely said it, Jace.
Well, you could barely keep your eyes open.
I was
Keezy.
so tired. Yeah,
You
and
got up so early though,
But
Keezy.
why 4 o'clock? That's
I
ridiculous.
couldn't. I just woke up and
You're
then
so excited because old
3:30.
Mogey was
I was
coming.
excited to hang out with old Mogey.
Yeah.
And Nelson.
Were you raging?
Probably. I mean, it was when I first woke up. I can't
Sure.
remember. But 3:30, I woke up and I was like, "Oh, hopefully get back to sleep." Couldn't. Wide awake. And then at 4, I was like, "Right, I might as well get up, have a shower, have a coffee, play PlayStation, and then I'll go on the Uber when it arrives at 6."
Can you pre-book yours as well?
Yeah,
which
but
is
the-
weird because you're out west as well.
Yeah, but I'm just off the motorway. I'm like in normal, accessible west. Te Aratu. But when Pugs and I were talking about this, when you book an Uber, they arrive like 10 minutes early.
Right.
And so Pugs felt compelled to hustle out of his house and hop 20 minutes early, he's saying. So he felt like he had to quickly grab his stuff and go out there because the guy was waiting.
Well, that was quite funny.
Whereas my guy, he arrived at 10:02 and I just waited till 6.
That because old Pug's son Mogey was in a hoor of a mood too because that guy came 20 minutes early. He had to hustle. He forgot his bloody connies.
Oh yeah. 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 He normally puts a few away on the way to the
Well,
airport
that's
and then
my
at the
point.
airport.
Well, to be honest, because he got there before me, and when I arrived, he was checking in, like check-in luggage, and it was all Connie's.
Yeah.
Also, another interesting fact I picked up while we're in the lounge there, Mogey did 2 steamers.
I did.
2 steamers. You see, I do my steamer, and then I'm done.
Yeah. It's
And sometimes you have like multiple steamers,
like 2.
but sometimes you've had more than that.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
There's times where my guts
Is it
isn't
'cause you
great.
think- you
but you
think-
should be doing, if you're a healthy person with enough fibre in your diet, you should be doing 2 dumps a day. Now, should they be half an hour apart? Probably not. But I
just do
went in
one.
there and I went hash browns, scrambled. No, you can't. Scrambled eggs. What else did I have? Cup of coffee. Beautiful coffee it was as well. Right now I'm ready for a steamer.
Yeah, well,
So off I went.
that would have been the coffee, of course. And can I just take issue?
What is this show?
Can I just take issue with? Don't you start fucking sniffing, Keezy.
Yeah, fucking Keezy.
Can I take issue with the labelling hash browns for those little circle things?
They're delicious. They're hash browns.
They're
You don't
not-
like those?
They're just,
See, this is the guy who gets you to swipe him in.
Couldn't wait to get in there and look at him.
Yeah, and he's dissing it. And the only reason he's in there is because of us.
Don't
Yeah.
feel like they warrant a hash brown title.
What would you call them?
Potato nuggets.
Sure. Okay then. Do you think they're going to be gutted with being called that, man? Those little potato things.
Probably if they knew it was coming from me, they would be.
Yeah. It was quite funny. I came in, Keezy, because you guys were on the live chat, not the live chat, but the WhatsApp in the morning. And Hoity J, I think I just got out of bed, and he was already in the Uber fuming at the driver on the chat. So that cheered me up straight away. I'm feeling good about my life when I see that. And then I get ready, and then I go, and then I drive all the way in, and there's a bit of traffic because I've left a bit later, and then I get in, and then I'm walking up the stairs, and I come in, and then I see over my shoulder because I've got my headphones on. I haven't heard him. Old sneaky Hoyt
Well, he's just tailing.
by me. And I was like, shit, have you just got here? And he's like, no, I've been waiting outside for 20 minutes. Because, of course, he needed me to swipe him in, which
Yeah.
I had no idea about. So he was out there with as he called them, you might have to bleep this, Pug son, but he called them the fucking losers.
Can I just say,
Far out. That's offensive, Jace.
so he was wearing his headphones, and I spotted him, and he sort of walked at a very fast clip, I must say. And
We
he's
had to
got-
go to a steamer.
He's got
I was looking forward to my coffee.
much longer legs than me.
That's true.
So I immediately ducked him behind and went, "G'day, Mogey." Mogey?
Nothing.
Nothing. So, and he's got his headphones on. He can't hear me. So
That's true.
I just tailed him.
Effed and jeffed at me.
I slipped in his wake.
What was interesting also when I came in there is that regional little lounge. Thank you. There's an elevator there. You can walk along and you see the elevator. And I see this big bastard there. He is. He's a big bastard. And he's getting into the lift. And I think to myself, he's too young to be. Come on, mate. What are you doing? And he turns around. And it was Brodie Retallick. Brodie Retallick going up in the elevator. Couldn't be bothered walking up the stairs. It's right. It's funny how fast you go to seed, isn't it?
Well, it's funny because
after you've retired, and he can't even be bothered walking upstairs anymore.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned him when we were up there, and then actually I saw him, and I thought the first thought I thought was I could take him. I reckon.
Easy. Oh, yeah.
Because
he's lost a step or two.
You remember
Yeah.
Retallick back in the day? He was a fearsome beast. Fearsome beast.
I think he's only 6'8" now.
Is he?
Oh, he's yeah. I saw him actually looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was thinking to himself, who's this piece of shit?
He was going, who's that superstar with his pile of potato nuggets?
He's going, who's this guy that had to get his mate to swipe him in?
Who's this guy?
And then
that
disses the
looks like
potatoes.
he's clearly forgotten to bring his book.
Just on that, I've noticed a change in Keezy now that he's got a Koru membership and I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
He's lording it over me a little bit.
Well, the only reason he's doing that is because he is better than you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, look, I didn't want to say it. Look, I don't want to be that guy, but you are 100% correct. Hey, listen to the Hodaki Big Show, 4 till 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki, all right?
Or don't.
No.
When the zombie apocalypse comes, man, you don't want to be without your Koru Lounge membership. Can I put it that way?
And your Tato Nuggies.
Good on you, pug, son.
Get around Plug Sound, by the way.
Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki. Or give their podcast a hoon on iHeartRadio.